Creatures of the Night, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I really don't. While other people might bullshit you and tell you that this was a very good show, it really wasn't. It was mid as fuck. And this is why I don't like to review WWE, because I don't want to sound like I hate it. I don't. It's not that I hate it. It's just that I'm not happy with it like I am with other promotions. So I try not to talk about it because I don't want to sound like I don't like this shit at all. Let me just tell y'all, like, other people might bullshit y'all, but y'all always come over here to get the truth. Wrestlemania was very mid, absolutely mid. I'm gonna just give it a rating. When it comes to, like, out of 5 stars, it's like almost a 2.5 stars for me. And I'm gonna tell you why. We had started off with Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. This was a really great way to open the show. I did enjoy this. I'm sick and fucking tired of looking at advertisements and I'm watching a wrestling show. Why can't we go back to simpler times where it wasn't all this shit in your face, dude wipes? I don't want to see no fucking advertisements on the fucking where the crowd is sitting, on the screen, on the ring post, all these things talking about dudes wipe your ass and all that stuff. Who wants to see that when you're watching a wrestling show? These type of things are so distracting. We have a Prime logo in the middle of the mat. How dare y'all deface a wrestling mat to put some bullshit advertisement on it? TKO, boxing is boxing and UFC is it's this thing, whatever. Y'all do that shit over there. This is pro wrestling we're talking about. I don't like that. Whatever. Y'all can say I'm overreacting. That's just me. I don't care for any of that bullshit. Now, great opening match. Now, we did find out later on that Becky has a fever. She has strep throat. She had all these ailments going on, and still put on a really great match, a great opener for WrestleMania 40. And these two girls really put it out there. It was cold. It was 52 degrees when it started off the show. And they kept saying it felt like 46, 47 or whatever. And you guys know, as it gets deeper into the night, it's going to get colder. So Becky Lynch, I hope she's okay in terms of her fever, whatever she got going on. And for her to be wrestling out there in this type of weather is insane. Rhea does take the win with a riptide. It was a little bit of a weak riptide to me, but like I said, knowing we know about Becky, I'll take it. It was what it was. This was great. I enjoyed it. After this, we did have the tag title ladder match. So we had Judgment Day, obviously the champions coming in this New Day, DIY, Newcastle Republic, A-Town Under, Awesome Truth. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, y'all know who all was in there. There was a lot of great spots in this match. From top to bottom, it wasn't perfect or anything. The ladders, there was too many ladders out, I think, if you ask me. I get it. It's there for decorations or whatever. They didn't use them all. But there was even this one point of the match where Damian Priest, who was just so yummy, he went up the ladder. I forgot who else was up the ladder with him, but as he's climbing it, one of the referees, the female referee, the blonde one, she's grabbing onto Damian's leg, trying to keep him from climbing up, and it felt so weird. Up until when he was at the top with whoever else was on the other side, that's when we realized she was trying to warn him not to use this ladder because one of the sides of the ladder was barely hanging on, and they both could have gotten seriously injured. They got off the ladder, and then they ended up swapping for another ladder. So kudos to the ref for catching that, because the wrestlers, they're not necessarily thinking that. They're just in the ring trying to get shit done. So we had A-Town Under, whatever the hell they call themselves. They won the SmackDown titles. I was very surprised to see that both sets of titles were apart from each other. So that means that more than one team can win this match. And I was so surprised because going into this match, I don't think I ever remember hearing them saying that the titles were no longer going to be unified. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Sometimes I fall asleep watching the damn shows. But I was happy to see that. So they won the first one. Awesome Truth ends up winning the Raw tag titles. And this is the first time, I didn't do the research on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I don't think R-Truth has ever won anything at WrestleMania. Matter of fact, I'm having a hard time remembering what other WrestleMania match has R-Truth have had in WWE. But congratulations to both of these teams for taking the win. It's really interesting. This match had the best spots of the night, I think. And, this one was also okay too. I felt like it was a little short for this type of match, but it was okay, whatever. Moving along. After that, what else did we have after that? Oh, Andrade Rey Mysterio versus Escobar and Damien. I mean, not Damien. I want to see Damien again. What's his name? Dominic. Didn't care for this at all. Both of these teams brought their little entourage with them, so everybody was really getting involved. Too much going on, in my opinion. And, for whatever reason, towards the end of the match, they had two football players that came out in luchador masks, and they helped the babyface team win. Why does a babyface team need football players to help them win? I mean, am I missing something or what? And then once again, the advertisement things is really bothering me. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? This is just way too much. Every match, it was a different advertisement. Sometimes you got to see dude wipes again, and I'm just like, oh God, do I have to be reminded that some people need to wipe their ass or what? Like, it's just so fucking weird. I didn't care about this match. The crowd didn't seem to really be into it either. We had Andrade, who was in AEW a few months ago, giving some really great matches and part of that Continental Classic tournament. And here he is yes, he's having a WrestleMania moment, but it's nobody cares. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they do with Andrade moving forward. Rey Mysterio, Carlito, and all these people, something's going to happen moving on where somebody's going to turn heel. I'm pretty sure all that shit is cooking up, but nobody gave a damn about this. Up next, the biggest disappointment of the night to me, Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso. Lil Wayne comes out with Jay, and then Jimmy comes out with his glitterified Air Force Ones. And I'm less like, yes, this is going to probably be the best match of the night. It was not at all. I don't even think I can say they were in the ring for 10 minutes. I could be wrong, but it was so freaking short. Whatever you thought you was going to get from this, you did not get it at all. People have waited for so long to see Jimmy and Jay go at it, especially at WrestleMania. Like, it was supposed to be a big fucking deal. And unfortunately, it was not in terms of the execution of this match. What? Super kick, hell of a kick, all the stupid shit, yeet, no yeet, all this stuff. And then, brother, I love you, we shouldn't be fighting. Can you forgive me? Can you forgive me, Oos? And then you go out there and smack him in the face. Like, come on. It wasn't even 10 minutes. And you're well, this is WrestleMania. If you're not feeling something emotionally that gives you goosebumps, this did not feel like a WrestleMania type of thing. Yes, it seemed like something you want to see at WrestleMania, but they didn't give us anything special from it. And I felt like, damn, what happened here? Like, why is it feeling this way? I wanted Jimmy to win, but I knew it was going to be Jay to take the win, and that's exactly what ends up happening here. Very big missed opportunity with this for rushing it. There was no reason why this needed to be rushed. Throughout the whole Bloodline storyline, we saw more emotion in other matches in comparison to this, and it's just like, from an emotional standpoint, it doesn't grab you at all. And in terms of the wrestling in this match, it was very generic. It was nothing special in terms of what happened in that ring, and I really find it to be disappointing. Sometime down the line, they'll have another match. Some people did mention maybe they could, rectify the whole situation and take on each other again at Backlash. That could be the case, but if they were to do that immediately at the next pay-per-view, which is obviously Backlash, They cannot do that bullshit they did tonight. It literally have to be something. It has to make the fans feel something. And I'm sure a lot of fans felt an absolute disconnect with this match. I just don't know how to explain it. Up next, we had Jade. We had Bianca and Naomi. They all came out giving like Beyonce vibes or something. I don't know what that was. I mean, it's not my look, but whatever. They went against Damage Control. Real talk, the damper from watching Jay and Jimmy really kind of played out onto this match, where maybe people weren't as interested as they could have been if they didn't feel so disappointed about the other match. I don't know what it is. That kind of rubbed off to the rest of the damn show from there. Obviously, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi won. Jade took the win for her team with the Jaded. They're still calling it the Jaded, so that's great too. In my opinion, I didn't see anything new from Jade Cargill. It's everything that I've already seen her do, she did. And this was a good thing for her because this is her first match in WWE. She's not doing any singles competition, so you didn't really get a chance to truly see what she's learned this past few months since she's left AEW. But there'll be other opportunities, so I'm not going to tear her ass up. I think she looked absolutely amazing. She looks like a star. She's always looked like a star. Let's see how she ends up fitting in once she starts getting those singles matches up her belt in WWE. Now, like I said, the way the aura of the show really fell off, especially after the Jimmy and Jay match. After that, we have Sami Zayn versus Gunther. It was time. It was time for Gunther to drop the title, and it made sense for it to happen at WrestleMania. I know a lot of people would have preferred to see Chad, be the one in the ring with Gunther. In my opinion, I don't think the company was ready for Chad to be at WrestleMania with Gunther because they knew they was going to drop this title at WrestleMania, and they chose someone that they knew that could, come on by, get the title, and do some justice. And not to say that Chad wouldn't have, it's just that they probably didn't have faith in him to be the next one right after Gunther. Gunther literally had that title for 666 days, and he did it justice. I think he brought a lot of prestige to the title, heel or not. He really did the damn thing as he's been champion, and I absolutely have enjoyed him throughout his run. But it was time. Why? Because Gunther has bigger and better things to do, which is he's going to have his eyes set on the World Heavyweight title for sure. Absolutely. That's the next step for Gunther. He absolutely deserves it. We'll see what happens night 2 and who's going to win that match. I would love to see if Drew McIntyre, especially Drew, if Drew ends up winning that title, I can definitely see a nice feud between Drew and Gunther getting that title from him somewhere down the line. I'd love to see that. Now, before we get into the main event, we had Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They announced that the attendance for night 1 is 72,543 people. That's lovely. We all know that in another week or two, someone is going to report the real numbers. And this is not me hating. Y'all know how it is. This is every fucking year they do this, where they inflate the numbers and then we end up finding the real numbers out after that. Great. Let's see what happens for night 2. Now, obviously, main event, our Tribal Chief and The Rock versus sorry ass Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, what the hell was that gown you was wearing? It was like a coat gown or something, y'all. It is absolutely insane. I knew he was gonna wear something crazy, and I can't wrap my head around it as to why anyone would want to dress like that. I have no clue. It was very interesting. Very interesting. Before I say something else, The Rock had an extravagant entrance, and one thing that I can say is that throughout the whole show, the entrances thing was an issue for me, because it's like, man, this is WrestleMania. Nobody's trying to have some larger than life entrance. I remember back in the day, like, people would love to have huge entrances that you'd be talking about for days, you know? And then here we are, WrestleMania 40. There's so much fucking commercials in between each match that there's no time for anybody to really have an extravagant entrance to get people hyped up for these matches, which is an absolute shame. Anyway, main event, tag team action, real talk. I know a lot of people was already doubting The Rock and how he'll be so winded and all that stuff. In my opinion, it's not necessarily that he's winded. I think it's just that he is not in the ring like everyone else. And it's going to take some time. Damn, what year was the last time he was wrestled? I can't remember, but it's been years. And people are not taking that into consideration, that when it comes to wrestling, you can't just get in the ring and just think that they're going to just perform the house down. Really, they need to have these reps before they end up having a big match like this. Now, what I actually liked about this was The Rock using his power and telling the ref how to actually do this match. Like, he was the one who's changing up the rules throughout this match for it to be in favor of The Rock and our tribal chief. And I think that made the match interesting. Sometimes I felt like, okay, this is kind of dumb, but whatever, we'll take it. So I did enjoy The Rock here. You're not going to get The Rock that you got in 1998 or whatever. Like, this is not the same. He's much, much older, so he's not moving the way he did. At times, we did see where, you know, Cody's teams are getting their ass whooped. And then at times, we saw really great teamwork with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins going against their opponents. And I thought, okay, they really have great chemistry as a team. I mean, I don't know if I would make them a tag team, but for this match, I thought they had great teamwork. Same could be said for The Rock and Roman. And they even took this match into the crowd, where we had Seth and Rock, for whatever reason, kept spitting drinks at each other. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? It's so weird. Whatever. So no, like, family members came and got into this match. And that was interesting. I guess they're saving that for tomorrow night. I don't know. You know, it was what it was. It just wasn't all that to me. Maybe other people can agree, but like I said, The Rock, you know, pulling his weight into this match and telling the ref what to do and how to change rules into this match so it doesn't have to be a traditional wrestling match. I thought that was what made things interesting. We did have a point here where Roman accidentally spears The Rock, and obviously The Rock looked like he was in pain, holding onto his sides, like, oh my god, I can't believe you just speared me. Obviously it was a mistake, and I don't think The Rock ever even took it as like it wasn't. Long story short, our tribal chief and Rock wins. The Rock gets into the ring and give Cody Rhodes the people's elbow and took the win. In my opinion, wrestling today, people's elbow is not enough to go and get a win, but it was what it was. It was Vince's Rock, and he took the win. And Cody sat in the middle of that ring, looking exactly the way he looked last year when he lost against Roman. And it was a beautiful sight to see. I loved it. Absolutely loved that. In all fairness, WrestleMania did not give what WrestleMania should have given us. The vibe just wasn't there. And real talk, if I paid money to be there, I would not have been happy about it. I really wouldn't have. And maybe other people probably feel the same. I feel bad for all the people who had to sit in the cold. I don't think it was a very enjoyable experience for a lot of people. But guys, thanks so much for watching my video. Be back tomorrow with another watch along of WrestleMania Night 2. Bye.